Walmart is lying to you right through the price tag you see every single day, and most shoppers walking into the store right now still believe in rules that have been quietly erased, which means you're paying more without ever realizing it. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Competitor price matching has been completely eliminated. There used to be a time when you'd walk up to the register, phone in hand, point to a price on Amazon or Target, and the cashier would knock it down right there on the spot. That right has been shut down entirely as Walmart tightens its grip on profit margins. And this applies the same whether you're shopping in the store or ordering on Walmart.com. Price matching used to help Walmart hold on to customers while competing with Amazon, but thinning retail margins meant Walmart couldn't keep it up anymore. The store now refuses to match prices against any outside competitor, not just Amazon, but Best Buy, Home Depot, or any other online marketplace. The only case still honored is when an item purchased in the physical store matches exactly on brand, model, size, and packaging with a lower price currently listed in the Walmart app itself, and it has to be sold directly by Walmart, not a third-party seller. The final call still sits with the store manager at checkout. Take a 55-inch Samsung TV listed at $350 on Amazon. The cashier will turn you down flat. But if that same TV is $380 on the shelf and $340 in the Walmart app with the listing marked sold and shipped by Walmart, you have every right to ask for the adjustment right at the register. The fastest move is opening the app and checking the Walmart.com price before you head to checkout. Don't bother bringing in a price from another retailer anymore. It won't get you anywhere. 2. No price adjustments after the sale is complete. A $30 price gap within 4 days is a real number, and Walmart won't refund a single cent of it anymore. Post-purchase price adjustments have been eliminated whether you bought in-store or online. Say you buy a coffee maker for $90 on a Monday, and by Thursday it's marked down to $60 with a rollback tag. You bring the receipt to customer service, and the answer you get back is a flat no. That $30 difference won't be refunded in any form. Rollbacks tend to show up out of nowhere because the pricing system adjusts automatically based on each store's own inventory, so the same item might already be marked down at one location while another store is still charging full price. This forces a real change in shopping habits. Before checking out, especially on bigger ticket items like coffee makers, electronics, or appliances, it's worth pulling up price history through a third-party price tracking app, or simply waiting a few extra days if you're not in a rush. Don't assume Walmart is going to be lenient about this. The policy is pretty firm, and employees don't have room to bend it. 3. Digital price tags rolled out across the entire chain. More than 4,700 Walmart stores across the country have finished installing a completely different kind of price tag, and a lot of shoppers walk past them every day without realizing how big a change this actually is. Digital shelf labels supplied by Fusion Group have replaced the old paper price tags chain-wide. Updating prices on more than 120,000 items used to take 2 full days of manual labor from store staff. Now it takes just a few minutes from a central system. The clearest benefit for shoppers is that mismatches between the shelf price and what rings up at the register have all but disappeared, and complaints at the customer service desk have dropped along with it. But this technology has a downside too. Prices can change during the day without you noticing if you're only giving the shelf a quick glance like before. People who shop here regularly tend to look closely at the number on the screen every time they pick something up. Don't assume today's price matches yesterday's. But this same technology raises a question a lot of shoppers and even regulators are now asking whether Walmart is quietly bumping prices up during peak hours. 4. A commitment to skip real-time dynamic pricing. As soon as digital price screens started showing up across stores, worries spread about surge pricing during busy hours, the same way rideshare apps operate. Walmart has officially confirmed that digital shelf labels are not used to change prices in real time throughout the day. The price at each store stays fixed for every customer during business hours, and any approved price changes only get updated outside of peak shopping hours, usually late at night or early in the morning when the store is quiet. In other words, whether you shop at 7 in the morning or 7 at night on the same day, you're paying the exact same price for the same item. You can relax about this one, but that doesn't mean you should stop checking prices regularly, because prices can still shift from day to day. They just won't shift within a single day. For anyone who tends to shop in the evening after work, this is worth knowing. At least you don't have to worry about getting charged more just because you showed up during a busy stretch. 5. Product location powered by LED guide lights. Not many people notice that these digital price screens are also doing double duty as a guide light system. The new shelf tags come with smart LED lights wired into Walmart's internal management app. A feature called Stock to Light helps stock crews spot which shelves need restocking fast, while Pick to Light flashes to mark the exact spot where an item sits for online orders and Spark delivery drivers. For the average shopper, this change is pretty much invisible, but it explains why your online order gets pulled together faster and with fewer wrong items than it used to a few years back. If you regularly order through the app for pickup or delivery, your wait time has gotten noticeably shorter because of this system. For anyone shopping in person, know that those blinking lights near the shelves aren't a glitch. That's an employee being guided by the system. So don't be surprised if you see someone pause and check a light before grabbing an item. But the technology inside the store is only half the story. The part that trips up the most shoppers is the return policy, and it's more complicated than you'd think. 6. Standard return windows split by category. 90 days, 30 days, 14 days, 48 hours. These 4 windows decide whether you still have the right to return something, and plenty of shoppers still assume Walmart runs one flat 90-day policy across the board. In reality, the policy breaks down sharply by product category. Clothing, kitchenware, home decor, and accessories get 90 days. Consumer electronics get cut down to 30 days, cell phones drop to 14 days, and large homes appliances give you just 48 hours to report any damage. Say you buy an air fryer, you've got 90 days to change your mind. But if it's an LG TV or a robot vacuum, that window shrinks to 30 days. With a side-by-side refrigerator delivered to your home, you have exactly 48 hours from the moment you sign for it to check for dents or damage and call it in. Because that window is so tight, opening up and inspecting large appliances right at delivery is basically non-negotiable. Don't leave the box sitting in a corner for a week. It's also worth holding on to the original packaging for electronics, since a missing box is the most common reason return requests get denied. If you're planning to buy a big appliance like a refrigerator or washing machine, Labor Day weekend in early September usually brings deep discounts on this category, so it's worth considering waiting a few extra weeks before pulling the trigger. 7. Extended holiday return policy. Do you like to get your gift shopping done early to skip the year-end crowds? If so, there's a real benefit sitting inside Walmart's policy worth using to the fullest. The extended return window covers purchases made between October 1 and December 31. With a few specific exceptions, most items in the standard and electronics categories bought during this stretch get their return deadline pushed all the way out to January 31 of the following year. That means a gift you bought back in October can still be returned as late as the end of January. Plenty of time for the person to try it out through the whole holiday season before deciding whether to keep it. For anyone who likes to shop early to beat the sellouts, this means you don't have to stress if something doesn't work out, as long as the purchase falls within that final 3-month stretch of the year. But this extension doesn't automatically apply to everything. Some categories still keep the shorter windows mentioned earlier for electronics or large appliances, so it's always worth double-checking with an employee or checking your receipt to be sure. 8. Tight limits on returns without a receipt. Losing your receipt doesn't mean you lose your right to return something, but the path to doing it has gotten a lot narrower. Customers without a paper or digital receipt can still return items, but the process runs through a security database system. You're required to show a government-issued ID, usually a driver's license or state ID card, so staff can scan it. The system automatically caps you at 3 receipt-free returns per person within a 45-day window, and going over that limit gets you turned down no matter how good your reason is. When a return is approved, refunds under $10 can be paid out in cash, while anything over $10 has to come back as a Walmart gift card or an even exchange. This makes holding onto your receipts, both paper copies and digital ones, saved in the app, a habit worth building starting today. If you often shop on behalf of someone else or buy in bulk for a multi-generation household, 3 returns in 45 days is a limit that's easier to hit than you'd think. There's one policy Walmart has kept just as easygoing as ever, and it ties directly into what you're putting on your table every day. 9. The freshness guarantee on food. While most return rules are tightening up, the policy covering fresh food has stayed just as relaxed, if not more convenient for shoppers. Walmart still offers a full 100% refund on produce and fresh meat if you're not happy with the quality. The best part is you only need to bring your receipt to customer service to get your money back. You're not required to bring the spoiled item back into the store. Say a $4 bag of pre-packaged salad wilts before the date printed on the package, or a pack of chicken breast smells off even though it's not expired yet. Both cases qualify for a refund right at the counter. The logic here is pretty practical. Nobody wants to carry a bag of rotten greens or foul-smelling meat around the store, so Walmart dropped that requirement altogether for hygiene reasons. For anyone who shops in bulk for the week, this policy gives you a real layer of protection. You're no longer stuck eating the cost if you happen to end up with a bad batch. One tip, hang on to your grocery receipt for at least a few days after buying. Don't toss it right away like you might be used to, because that's the only thing you need to get your refund. 10. Walmart Marketplace returns play by their own rules. Shopping on Walmart.com looks the same across every product, but there are actually 2 completely different rule books running on the same website. Items sold directly by Walmart and items sold by third-party sellers on Walmart Marketplace get treated in completely different ways. Marketplace sellers set their own return policies, usually capped at 30 days, and most of them don't take part in the extended holiday return program covered earlier. That means if you buy a Christmas decoration thinking you can return it all the way through the end of January, but the seller turns out to be a third party, you could lose your return window a lot sooner than expected. Before you buy anything on the app or website, take a few seconds to check who's listed as selling and shipping the item. If you see another store's name instead of Walmart, treat it as buying from a completely separate business with its own return policy, one that's just borrowing Walmart's storefront. 11. Manufacturer coupon limits per household. Do you like clipping coupons to save every dollar you can? There are a few unwritten rules worth knowing before you show up at the register with a stack of them. Walmart caps you at 4 identical coupons per household per day for the same item. Use more than that, and the system automatically blocks it. Printed internet coupons need to show up clearly. With a scannable barcode, anything blurry, out of proportion, or showing signs of editing gets rejected right at the scanner. One thing a lot of people miss is that when you return an item bought with a coupon, the coupon value doesn't come back to you. You only get refunded the actual amount you paid after the coupon discount. If it were me, I'd spread coupon use out across multiple store visits instead of dumping them all into one trip, just to avoid getting shut down mid-checkout for going over that 4-coupon daily limit. There's another feature in the app quietly turning small savings into real cash, and not enough people are taking full advantage of it. 12. Building up and cashing out Walmart Cash. The Walmart Cash program is one of the most worthwhile features on the Walmart app, and it doesn't get nearly enough attention. It lets you save manufacturer offers straight to your account instead of clipping paper coupons like before. Say you tap to save a $2 cashback offer on a bottle of Tide. Once you check out at the register, that $2 gets automatically added to your Walmart Cash balance. The best part of the program isn't just using that balance toward your next order. You can also request a straight cash payout at the customer service desk once your balance hits a certain threshold. In other words, it's basically a hidden savings account that builds up every time you shop without you needing to remember to cash it out at any particular moment. If you regularly buy the same staples like laundry detergent, personal care items, or canned food, get in the habit of checking the offers section in the app before every shopping trip. It only takes a few seconds to tap and save, but the amount adds up to something real over several months. 13. Online order coupon codes only work online. Plenty of people have walked up to the register, phone in hand, reading off a coupon code to the cashier and getting a confused look back. Discount codes for pickup and delivery orders only work when you place the order through the app or the official website. They're useless if you hand them to a cashier at the register. Take the code SAVE10, which knocks $10 off pickup orders over $50. That code only runs through the app or website. There's no way to apply it by saying it out loud at checkout. On top of that, internal policy also blocks these codes from being used on any order that includes alcohol, regardless of whether the order otherwise qualifies. For anyone used to shopping in person, this means switching over to online ordering entirely if you want to take advantage of these codes. Don't waste time trying to make them work standing at the register, because it simply won't happen. 14. Tiered cashback on the Walmart money card. If you carry a Walmart money card debit card and only swipe it in the store, you're probably missing out on its best cashback feature. The reward structure is clearly tiered by where you shop. You earn 3% cash back on purchases made online through Walmart.com or the mobile app, 2% at Walmart branded gas stations, and just 1% when you pay directly in the physical store. Each year also comes with a rewards cap, so don't expect unlimited cash back no matter how much you spend. For example, if you spend around $200 a month on gas and add another $150 in online orders, the cash back you earn is noticeably higher than if you swiped the card entirely in store. A lot of longtime cardholders have shifted to ordering through the app even when they still pick up in store just to squeeze out the better cash back rate. If you've never paid attention to this gap before, change how you use the card starting with your next purchase. 15. Using the barcode scanner to catch hidden markdowns. Savvy Walmart shoppers use a trick to find discounted items before the yellow clearance sticker ever shows up on the shelf. In practice, prices in the central database often get marked down before store staff have a chance to print and stick the clearance label onto the shelf. That delay can run anywhere from a few hours to a few days, and during that window, the shelf still shows the old price, even though the system has already logged the new lower one. You can use the barcode scanner built into the Walmart app to check the real price right there at the shelf. Just point your phone camera at the item's barcode and you'll know instantly. If you tend to walk past shelves that look like they're winding down for the season or being cleared out, stop and scan a few items before moving on. There's a good chance you're holding something already marked way down that nobody's caught on to yet. 16. The markdown timeline for holiday clearance. 50%, 75%, then 90%. These three markdown stages are exactly why the timing of your post-Christmas shopping trip makes a real difference in what you end up paying. Walmart follows a pretty fixed markdown schedule after the holidays. Starting December 26, discounts kick off at 50% across holiday decor and gift items. By the first week of January, that climbs to 75%, and it can hit a full 90% clearance on non-food items by the second week of January. If you're not in a rush to buy right after the holidays, waiting about 2 weeks could get you the same item for under a tenth of the original price. But keep in mind, what's left by the second week usually has a lot less to choose from in terms of style or quantity, since the smart shoppers already grabbed the good stuff earlier. Knowing this timeline lets you decide whether to move fast or wait it out, depending on whether you need a specific item or just want the lowest possible price. 17. Standardizing stores around the store of the future layout. Walked into a Walmart lately and noticed wider aisles and lower shelves. You're not imagining it. That's part of a major renovation project. Walmart is rolling out upgrades to more than 650 stores nationwide under its Store of the Future design. This layout widens the aisles, lowers shelf height to improve visibility for shoppers, and upgrades vision centers and pharmacy areas. What matters most for anyone who orders online regularly is that these newer stores set up separate back-of-house zones for pickers, which cuts way down on the congestion between customer carts and staff carts pulling orders during busy hours. For older shoppers or anyone shopping alongside a family member using a wheelchair or a walker, the lower shelves and wider aisles make a real difference. It's easier to see products without reaching or squeezing past other carts. If your local store hasn't been renovated yet, don't be surprised if you see sections blocked off for construction over the next few months. 18. Automatic receipt tracking and security through Walmart Pay. Losing a paper receipt right when you need to return something is a headache plenty of shoppers have run into, and there's a small change fixing exactly that. Contactless payment through Walmart Pay on the mobile app automatically saves a digital receipt to your account the moment your purchase goes through. Dropping the paper receipt altogether doesn't just make tracking your spending easier, it also gives you valid proof for returns or electronics warranty claims without ever worrying about losing it. Going back to the no receipt return policy covered earlier, having a digital receipt through Walmart Pay saves you from the hassle of showing ID or bumping up against that 3-return 45-day limit. If you're still paying with cash or swiping a physical card at the register, switching over to Walmart Pay starting with your next trip is a small step that puts you in a much stronger position if you ever need to make a return down the road. Knowing every one of these changes means you're no longer quietly overpaying in ways Walmart has been pocketing all along. Your wallet is better protected now, spoiled groceries still get refunded without dragging them back into the store, and scanning a barcode before tossing something in your cart could turn up a price nobody's gotten around to marking yet. Have you ever used the barcode scanner on the Walmart app to check the real shelf price, or do you still trust the printed tag completely?